found such a treasure. The gods have a plan for you, a destiny.
Now, a lot of moviegoers, they tend to be disappointed by films that are based on video games because a lot of the original source material isn't in the film. So that being said, what do you think fans of the game will think of this movie?
Well, you know, no doubt I know that there will be a whole mix of ideas about the movie because everybody plays the game. What's great about playing video games is you get to do it yourself, you know, and this is another person's version of it.
Right.
I think we've done incredible action. I think we have actually really paid attention to and respected the video game itself, and at the same time elaborated on things that, you know, make the story fantastic. So, I mean, like, huge action, a lot of the same moves that you use and can use in the video game, but also like based in reality and believably done in a film, which I think creates more suspense. I think you know, who am I to say, but I think they're really gonna like it.
You have really interesting interaction with the princess in the movie. She puts you in check a lot from what I've seen. What's your take on that relationship?
Yes, I like that. I like that relationship. It was my favorite part of the movie to shoot in terms of like scenes in the movie because it was the banter between us, the kind of tit for tat kind of idea. I loved, and I love about the two of them, and I love that you know what's happening, but you know they don't, and it was really fun to play. And working with Gemma was who plays Princess Tamina was a joy to do. So.
Only because you're so good at following orders.
Yeah, don't press your luck.
I was reading a quote from you where you said that shooting this movie was kind of like shooting The Usual Suspects.
Really? Did I say that?
I stumbled across a quote. Yeah.
Yes, in a way that it is a little bit like that, in that there's so many moving pieces, and each person plays a part in the whole piece, and it all comes together at the end in a way that I think is very unexpected. And you know, working with someone like Ben Kingsley or working with someone like Alfred Molina, you know, you think of this cast of characters also, I think, in that way, really good actors who I got to work with, so maybe that's what I meant by that. But I think most of all, it's the mystery that reveals itself, and how, you know, you jump through time continuums in this movie in a really, really cool way.
Now, for this role, you had to learn to sword fight, and you also had to get in the mentality of a warrior. So what was that like?
Pretty easy, you know. I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles. No, it was great fun. I mean, it's fun to learn how to sword fight. It's fun to learn the choreography and fight against like some of the most incredible stuntmen in the world. You know, I was battling it out with some of the most amazing sword fighters and probably alive. So it was a great privilege and incredible to, you know, kind of become a warrior in that way.
Now, you also had to get down the accent. How challenging was that?
I was scared. I was like, the British
More
accent.
More scared of the accent than sword fighting?
Yes, the accent. I'd go like this. In you know, a list of fears of the movie, number 1 would be ostriches, number 2 would be accent, and number 3 would be sword fighting. And we can go over that later, but that's basically that's the rundown for me. And yeah, the accent, because I know British culture and the British are you know, highly suspect of, I would think, of an American doing a British accent, and as am I. I was nervous to do it right and get it right, because there's so many dialects and so many ways that you can speak, and I wanted to do it service. So.
How do you think you did?
I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I don't want to be presumptuous, but I worked very, very hard, and I think we pulled it off.
Now, for this role, you had to completely transform in terms of appearance. There was intense training, and then, of course, the accent. So was there ever a point where you're involved in shooting where you're like, what did I just get myself into? I have so many things I have to learn.
There was a moment, actually, in the makeup and hair test when we had the man who plays the King of Persia, and then we have the actors, all the actors who were doing makeup and hair tests. And I was there with like this like armor and all this, and I looked around and I had never made a movie like this before, and I was like, is this a dream? Like, is this some weird dream? So yeah, there were moments like that all the time, kind of going like wow, like what a world. But then after a while, you're in it, and it was almost strange to go back and put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, because you were like, wait a second, where's my sword and my scabbard and my scarf that flies off while I whatever. Yeah.
Releasing the sand turns back time. Only the holder of the dagger is aware of what's happened.
How did you do that?
Only the dagger can unlock the sands of time. And there are those who would use this power to destroy the world.
Time will erase everything.
The only way to stop this Armageddon is for us to take the dagger to the secret Guardian Temple. We must take it there, Dastan.
Assassins.
They strike terror into the heart of all they cross.
Such a noble prince. Leaping to assist the fallen beauty.
Who said you were a beauty?
There must be a reason why you can't take your eyes off me.
Fight him!
The High Temple. It's guarded by some sort of demon. Dastan, where's the dagger?
You're welcome to search me for it.
We'll have to be very thorough.
It's time.
We have to get out of here.